Hello everyone, this is Don. I'm in Kingdom 410 this morning because we're dealing with what we pretty much consider shitheads. Alright guys? Because they don't know anything, but life has taught them that someone will always applaud their brilliant ideas even though they're failed ideas from somebody else. They will continue with them. Now, as you know, if you watch the channel for a while, I started off in Kingdom 410 when it was a brand new kingdom on day one. I put a little bit of time and effort in there for about 2 weeks and then went, holy crap, it is Lord of the Flies. What do I mean by Lord of the Flies for those that are uneducated? That is where a bunch of children make up their own rules because the rule at the moment suits the need of the moment. All right? So what is the kingdom rule in this kingdom? Well, the top 10 got together and said that anybody not in the top 10 doesn't get a nap no more. And I'm wondering how many of these guys thought, we just voted in slavery. Literally go on to our kingdom's chat and watch them turn around and say, well, just buy bubbles. You know, if you don't like the fact that I can farm you anytime you want, but those of us in power, we're immune from being attacked by anybody else that might have the power to hurt us. But we've deemed that you're... So this alliance that I got over here is not in the top 10. And then as you can see over here, I'm not... I haven't even hit the 26 on it yet. And I'm about to head that way. But I'll show you who these little boneheads are. Quite frankly, they're gonna find out that they're pissing with the wrong guy. Just because these types of stupid rules create trolls. And so, as an upcoming deal here, I'm gonna be this kingdom's troll. I'm going to be the guy that's going to whop in there and zero a freaking entire tower for the opposing team during a KVK. Because you've all seen me do it. And I'm going to do it simply because of this stupid woman here. This is now the current king. I was trying to be reasonable with her. I brought her into a room where we have leaders who've been playing this game for years. Anybody from that spends less than $40 a week to guys who spent over $1 million on this game that I do for consulting. And I brought her in there. And she was throwing is like, well, the new event says I need 500,000 gold in order to get the thing. So the game's unfair, then I'll stop stealing. They don't see it as stealing. And so this is one of these things where, you know, in some of the videos in the past, I've been talking about sportsmanship. There's none here. I don't log on to this kingdom but once a week just because the KC is so out of control annoying that it's of no benefit. So this is one of these things. So we're in day 2. I'm not even sure. Oh. And I'm sitting here letting it eat some of her troops. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pop it. I'm gonna pop some troops up here because she's dying, and I don't care. I don't need the troops. So what we're gonna do here? I'm gonna first flood her with food. That's going to piss her off. And then let's go in here to heal. Oh, wow, I didn't put enough food in there. Oh, wait a minute. It was the wood that I'm short on. Oh, yeah, let's flood her with wood. There's 37 million wood. Good luck getting to the iron now. And so when I went on here yesterday and said, hey, guys, what are you thinking here? You're never going to revive this kingdom. You're never going to win events. the big castle here is a C30 that, quite frankly, doesn't look much better than lawnmower money. And I probably got a few dozen speed ups in here. Now let's go find her. Well, it would help if the game would cooperate a little bit, huh? Could you put more crap on my screen? I mean, honestly. Oh, I need to get in here and buy some teleports. Don't go so far away. You know what? I'm not even going to have enough formation because I just logged in and saw this crap taking place. And my percentages aren't much different than her percentages at the end of the day. And I'm willing to bet that I don't even have my damn guards on or none of that stuff. I might. That's that high. I should have my guards on. I do not. So, this is the kingdom that was telling me, you need to just buy bubbles. You need to learn how to play. Because I didn't tell them I'm going to use, and they don't know. And quite frankly, I don't care. But I was trying to get in here to see if we could bring back some sportsmanship and some effort in here in some one ways or another. Change. I do not have. Who is this? Oh, that's my new guard, isn't it? She is just, you know what, just a scarer. Hey, look at her. I got one of the new Uber guards, which I'll max out just for the construction speed, probably. Yeah. And so she's about to find out that I just upgraded my guards. Oops. And I don't have my tier 9s built. Everything's, it's a 26, but you see, I'm not blowing speed ups on this stuff. But one of the problems winds up being is this slavery bullshit. All right, guys. The fact that you think that the outside shell is shit, I'm just going to sit here and keep building stats, and then I'm just going to shoot up to C30 on you out of nowhere. And then I'm going to make you waste your time in marches. So, what did this person do? They just wasted 2,000 gold to come down here and teleport now. Put 2,000 gold back. Had fun. Now, would expect a taunt here shortly because that seems to be the mentality that they give. They click buttons so good. Did I delete all those? Shouldn't have. So, what are these people doing with this stupidity? Let's They don't know anything, so they don't know what they're doing. And this is kind of, and almost every one of these old kingdoms will tell you this is the natural arc of the kingdoms. And that's because the stupidity is natural. It is always the rules submit to the moment and not to the plan. All right? So I'm not a top 10 alliance. But as you guys see, I'm about to start I'm already starting to load my gunpowder up. All right. Do I have any more? No. So when they do their first KVK and they need a poison water put on somebody, remember who they're not asking now. Why am I going to give my gunpowder up for that? I want to use my gunpowder to farm or construct faster. I guarantee you that's what I'm going to use my gunpowder for. I'm going to hit the construction building when I shoot the C-30. Why? Because we're going to go in here, and you older farts are going to really kind of understand where they're at. I have 2 farms that are on Cata 8, and then, of course, I'm number 2 in the kingdom and have been since the beginning of the kingdom. That's how poor of shape the kingdom's in. They could not compete with me. That's why they're down here with this of the need of the moment, because the amount of effort that idiot just put into trying to steal some RSS from me, he could have been getting 3 times as much for free. Would have saved his gold. So all the gold that he's getting from buying little crap, and then they're all in there like, oh, just use the 99-cent packs and life will be good. You cannot 99-cent pack your way into safety. All right, guys, I have told you to get in the 99-cent packs. But if your kingdom rules are pure chaos at this early level, abandon the frickin' kingdom. They are not worth being there. Their theory is, well, we're going to have 3 strong alliances. Well, their theory is so stupid because they don't realize you wind up with 3 strong alliances by starting out with 12 to 15 that get a certain distance down the road. They came into this kingdom from other kingdoms where people were doing this crap, and it just coalesced into this from day one. I've done a couple kingdom startups, and you get these idiots everywhere. But if you don't get an early coiner who goes in there and just beats up everybody who's stealing from everybody else and brings some morality thinking to the kingdom, then that kingdom is never going to survive. So, her excuse was, well, they're loyal to me. Got a woman's picture up there. Doubt it's really a woman. And you know what, guys? I get statistics from Google. 98.5% of you are male. Why is 40% of the frickin' pictures female? Because they can ask for free crap if they think you're a woman. It is Gaming 101 online. My God, there are more blonde, 5'2", 205-pound Russian women out there than anybody knows what to do with. So this video here is I literally tried to bring her in here and show her yesterday. It just, she took it personal. Well, you're just telling me I'm doing everything wrong. Well, that's because you didn't say no. The minute somebody said, how about we go steal from these people because they're not big enough to fight back? It's called slavery. I'll go work the fields. You'll come collect the crops whenever you're damn good and well, master. And when I pointed that out to him, I got called a racist. And I said, they said, you can just join one of the top 10 alliances and be a NAP. I said, so now we're putting the Hitler-style recruiting method. Join my new master race frickin' of elites over here, or my tanks will be rolling through your downtown country shortly. There's no separation between the thoughts. There is an automatic knee-jerk reaction that's built into these liberals and millennials these days, that if you hear those words, insult the person who said them and ignore the facts of what you did, why you did it. You did it because stealing is easy. You've decided. And then the first thing I did was, and I missed it because I wasn't on for like a week and a half, 2 weeks. And she goes, well, I went in and asked all the top 20 leaders. I said, when? I don't got a PM from you. I don't have a PM from you. I don't have a room invite. It's like I told it in KC. Holy crap, folks. If you are listening to anyone who propagates KC, you are listening to people who have no morals. They are just constant attention seekers, and they do not care how they get it. So that's who the current king of the Kingdom 410 is right now. She's just a freaking attention seeker. As she said, they're loyal to me. They love me. They're my subjects. Well, I'm not. And if you think you've got 100 members in your alliance and you think 99 of them are going to outplay me, outspin me, outcoin me, how ridiculous is your thought process? What are those 99 people going to say when they log in and I come in the middle of the night and burned all their castles? They're going to say, but we're top 10, we got NAP. With other top 10 alliances. Remember, I'm not in the top 10. I can burn you legally. And I'm set up in a recovery system that I've taught for a year online now. She can burn every troop out of this castle, and I don't give a shit. I will still hit C30 with 0 troops. And I'll still do it faster than the rest of her alliance. But more importantly, I'm already higher up on the damages. That's one of the bigger players in the kingdom. See, oh, here's our taunt. Middle of the week. I just came by to get your RSS. Didn't mean to kill your troops. I meant to kill hers. So there's nothing she got that's going to recoup for what she just lost. What's she going to do when I run in T9s? T10s? And I hate to tell her. I mean, you know, I'll show you guys here. I'll put it on film for you. I deliberately have handcuffed some of this account so that it doesn't look overwhelming. But I did some things when I was doing things on films. As you can see, I'm already running +6s, and I bet I'll just turn around. So we're running 3s on this. So when I jump, I'll jump 200-300 just when I do the airship one day. And then I don't even think I've bannered up all my damage. You know, I'm not even bannered up. I'm just now starting the banners. I'm just going to sit down here. Ho-hum. Because C30 is max damage, right? And then these guys are going to have to go up against my playstyle. That's not easy for anybody that faces us. And if you think there's a difference between my C30 builds and my C32 builds, you're wrong. By the time I hit C30, I'm going to be 1,800%. You know why? Because I'm still coming in here and doing the events. Yay. So I'm already about to start my epic guard. I'm 40 from my epic guard weapons in a new kingdom that I don't play in. Because I practice what I preach. But not one of these people wanted to learn anything different. They are still playing like it's 2 years ago, and you go steal somebody's RSS, and the castle level will determine if you have any power. We got C29 in Kingdom 362 right now that's got freaking 3,000 stats. It's not like it was set. I mean, I'm going to say December of last year, where I had a 400 top. If my stats last year were where they are now, that would have been a monster C30 minus the damage. I need to get the damage up. And then see, like, where is my army damage? I'm at 111 to 96. And I'm working on the stuff. I really am. Let me go in here and look here real quick. Redeem. Let's go throw some more assault components on. And that's what I've been doing. I just log in once a day, hit my timers. Oh yeah, there's my free 800,000 airship XP. Because these people that don't... Now, in week 2, they go, well, you haven't spoken since week 2. I'm like, I haven't spoken since you guys hadn't learned how to speak. Anything that crushes your preconception. These things that crushes preconceptions are also known as facts. And let's throw some more. Do. Oh. Of course, we're still in farming spec over here too. But I've started to add a little to put some false hope out there because they're not going to watch this video. I pretty much can tell you that this kingdom is a lost cause. And I can also tell you that if you are one of these people that wants to spend money just to beat on people for no good reason, Kingdom 410 is a place to be. I'm telling you, for a few $100s, you can go in there and just have fun all for anytime you feel like you had a bad day at work. Just go nuts. Now, tomorrow is going to be, of course, 5 times troop speed up day. So as you might know, I've been hitting these for 3 months, stockpiling them because I've been free building everything else. So I just want your RSS to keep you from growing. Would you join my alliance? Oh, let's go get in it. Do we have it? We have a bunch of those from the other day. Yeah, I got a merger offer yesterday. That's internal. What's my problem with their rule? And this is my answer to that. So who's this guy? There he is, a 54 million power, Lords of Wisdom, wondering why I have a problem with being farmed at their whim. Or why I know, having done this for so long, of how few people there will be in the kingdom. Right now in K362, we are going back through the other alliances that we can find. We didn't do this stupid thing. We had alliance, all 10 UAC, top 10 alliances playing in UAC. Still do. But it's out of that 1,000 people, we may get 150, 160 for KVK. And that's not enough, really, at the level we're playing at. So they don't know the problems they're creating down the road. And the problem number one is you can't reseed a kingdom. So when you do stupid things like this, you've screwed yourself forever. So their first KVKs this weekend, I think. No, I'm not going to harass this KVK. I won't need to. This dysfunction is going to get steamrolled. Yeah. So this weekend is going to be the other one. I think they just got lucky. Got people that didn't. I think. Well, see, 408's a new one. That would have been their first one. They wouldn't have played. Yeah, I don't know. They may have gotten lucky with the patch that we put in for the matchups, but she's whining about that. You know, like, oh, there's has no clue how good they have it, honestly. And because they have no real struggle, they're creating one. And then yesterday she started with the no farming and other people's alliance. She just decreed it. And for all of us who've been in older kingdoms, you know what that means. Tile hitting in this kingdom has now begun. So as soon as somebody hits somebody's tile, and then you can't check the logs for where the tile was hit, and then because this is a KC driven kingdom, the accusations are getting out of control, and immediately somebody's going to go on and say, why the hell is Alliance X hitting Alliance Y? Tile hitting. Breaking that. All the buzzwords will be used. Why? Because they're children. Lord of the Flies. Yeah, there will be no truth to it. They'll know they've done things wrong. And it's just the way it is. The lesson to be learned from this, guys, is if you're starting in a new kingdom, don't be afraid to say no. If you don't want to be that lower guy getting beat on, then don't beat on the lower guys. I love all the liberals trying to teach me life lessons yesterday, as they called me a racist, bigot, homophobe, used all the buzzwords they could, while enacting slavery policies. Using Hitler's tactics from World War II, of how to add to his great nation. You got to wonder how they don't understand what a word means. It is not, you've been trained to ring the bell when you hear it. Start attacking. Personalize the attacks. It's called Alinskyism. They're Alinskyites. The book written in the 60s, the guy that used to blow up police stations and then became a political activist in the left in the United States. But, he still likes to blow up police officers. So it's a tactic where there's no rational discussion that can take place at that point. You're going to have to kill that person, even digitally. You're going to have to keep them down. And I'm about to force this lesson onto them in about a month or so. I got other projects in the wings here, so this is going to be on a little delay. So you're going to want to click subscribe down the bottom right corner to see when the fun and festivities begin. If there's some of you out there that like to coin and smash, come join me in Kingdom 410. I'm in an alliance called BAD, B-A-D. It's just a little test alliance I had over here. I sat back and watched this kingdom destroy itself. And literally got crap comments from them yesterday about, well, why didn't I jump in and help before? I tried. When I was number 6 in the Wolf event, I tried. You know what everybody did? They went and looked at my C-17 that was number 6 in Wolf event and said, What the hell's a 14 million power guy got to tell me? That I got more player XP at the freaking event than you did? And some of what I've done wrong here is I haven't actually been playing the damn Wolf events. I don't even log in for that stuff. Uh, so things I haven't done. So they got some stuff coming here that I haven't done yet. I've got. Oh, I have been working on a few of those. I could do another one of those now. I'll do another one in a day or so. I've been slowly working on the war books, but I'll spam some war books up because I know where they are for the tier 9s now. But the point here is not to pick on her leadership or for her to think she's inferior because she doesn't know. She's inferior because she refuses to know. She was given the opportunity to talk to freaking Kingdom elites. And she took that as a personal insult that everything she does was automatically right. And there would be no failure to it. I think one of the kings that was talking to her yesterday, my God, we steamrolled them in KVK, and he's over there helping her, trying to help her with the vice, and just wouldn't listen. So you got to wonder, why was she chose king, queen, whatever. I can tell you from the communication style, I don't trust that she's actually a woman. It just, you get a feel for these things after you've been texting for a long time, and I know personalities through text. By the way you say things, how you do it, or what you react to, and when you react to it. And this seemed more like a teenage boy reaction than a freaking anything else. I think somebody snookered their way into being in charge, and then when they got challenged on the fact that they are ignorant of how to run anything, that when you start falling back on the council, well, the council voted on it. Councils don't accept responsibility for anything. When an idea doesn't work out, well, then a council did it. Right? When an idea does work out, then the people who voted for it did it inside the council. They accept no responsibility for failure and all the gratitude for success. That's the problem with councils. Guys, there's a reason this is a king thing. Pick somebody. I tell you, when you're picking a king, pick somebody with some management skills. If you think that I don't even run my own alliance in K362. I may be the R5 there, but my R4s do all the dirty work. And that's important to know who can manage the day-to-day stuff. And being king is a day-to-day management thing. So I won't do troop building this time because I don't have my T9s. So I'm not going to turn around and do that. And then one of the reasons for letting it kill, I hope I let some overflow go in there. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I'm just going to let my sanctuary fill up and keep my power off the board. I got a video on that, by the way, so that if I want to go over there and just click revive and have a couple marches out of nowhere. But I'll be around 1.1, 1.2 million troops. I've actually got the speed ups for it. I've been buying speed ups and doing natural builds for 4 months. It takes to do 5 T10 marches. It takes about 7,000 hours. And just to do 5 T9 marches, I would use about a third of the speed ups that I have. So it doesn't take long to get a castle so damn strong that every one of their marches bounces off the walls. I will throw some stats at it, and I will throw some troops at it, and then I will just sit downtown and burn. with the right stuff on it. So I'm using this in part of a video. This is the lack of sportsmanship, guys. The fact that you think you can steal and plunder your way to the top, that is leftist freaking thinking. There is not a single problem with socialism except for eventually you run out of other people's money. That's the socialist thought process that's being put into place. You aren't building anything, you aren't earning anything, and because you have that style of thinking, I know I can own you any day I want to. I can tell you right now, to beat her stats by 200 points would cost me less than $80. All I got to do is go buy my freaking parts up there. Just on my airship alone. Yeah. So, show you guys real quick here. This is an account that I don't play. And I'm running freaking level 6 freaking gems. I actually think I got some level 7s in there somewhere. No, I'm just about ready for them, I guess. Yeah, we're going to go to 6 flawlesses, actually. But I could probably, I'll probably start putting the rest of these on here shortly. I don't know what to tell you with this asinine thinking that it can be corrected. I do know that, and one of the reasons for putting this video out, and I forgot to make the prediction here. Yeah. So there's some more idiots from Kingdom 317. What a time shout out that just happened on my video. So, like I said, it's apparent that they came from another kingdom where they learned this kind of stuff that they think this works. In other words, they didn't have any management in the other kingdom. Now, I will tell you guys something about leadership, and this is an absolute true thing. You lead like you've been led. So, if the you lead like you've been led. Now, what that means is, if you have been under a failed leader, don't assume you're going to do it better. I promise you, so many people have assumed that. It doesn't work. You will knee-jerk back into the brain patterns that have been built into your brain on how to react to situations. If you've been under a bad leader, you have to get under a good leader to see the difference. Now I have that problem in Kingdoms 362, where it's one of those things where, we had a bunch of people that come in with this type of thinking, and they came into the alliance. I'm like, just don't tolerate it. I'm not going to watch you trash talk somebody in my alliance chat. You are not allowed to go out to KC and trash talk somebody. Oh, why not? I've got free speech. Not here. I'll tell you why not. It's my brand. It's my alliance. And you are welcome to go play somewhere else. I will give you that opportunity to take your crap walking. And then I think week 2, I put a rule in, and you can't come back. Because no one learns. They get quiet. or they wait until after I log off to start trash talking. And so we just had to start. It's like, what part of it is if you can't log into the game and be respectful for people that you have to ask them for their help because they're spending money to help you, if you can't show any respect for that, because people do work for that money. And this is where, as a kingdom rule, well, I'm just going to go out there and buy the 99-cent packs and bubble if you don't like the fact that I'm plundering you whenever I want to. Zero respect for somebody else's work and ethic. And I guarantee you, and I just had this happen in 362. We got two C40s in Kingdom 362 that were not C30 7 weeks ago. Both of them came out of nowhere and coined up straight to C40 and are running 2,700 stats. Just out of freaking nowhere. And it's glad they did it. They're game changers. But if you turn around and run off 5,000 players, some people, especially in the week ones, too, if you haven't run your first Kings Challenge, all honestly, there should not be any. There should be. Hold on. Going up to the first Kings Challenge, there should be 1 day at KE, 1 day. And every R5 should be teaching people how to put their green guards on and level their green guards up. That should be your only goal while you donate to your alliance. That's how you determine which alliances are going to grow. That's how you determine how big your pool's going to be down the road. Is you don't turn around and say, well, it's a war game. No, it's a strategy game. It's a strategy game that does cost money, and it may not be yours. But if you don't have respect for the guy who spent his money, I promise you, no one's going to have any respect for you. So, the may have been a soapbox thing, but there's a method of the madness here. This is not right. This is not right as a human being. You don't treat people this way. Just because I'm not for sale. GOG did not sell my account to you. I do not have to pay GOG to prevent me from being used by you. Now, it's only a few of the Kingdom elites that can even come down there. But I moved the entire alliance down in the bottom right-hand corner, so it costs them 4,000 gold every time they want to come down here and do this crap. So that in itself is gonna turn around and slow this down a little bit. But like I said, I think, what is this one at right now? See, I got a lot of bannering to do. Oh, looky there. Let's start a batch of T9s. All right, so hell is coming. For these guys that don't want to learn, don't want to look back over the videos and see where we ran around with our C26s and just rope a dope up to C32, C33s for a long time. You're about to find out how I did it. But it's going to be live and for real troops. So I hope they're really paying attention. And, that a couple of them turn around and share the video and let them know. Maybe some of you idiots in 317 that think that she's doing a wonderful job could possibly do something else. But really what that is teenage boys frickin' throwing out lust shutouts to another teenage boy, because I don't think I care as a woman. That's just my thoughts. Don't mean nothing by it, but you act like a teenage boy. You act like a spoilt little kid whose feelings are hurt because you got told that what you did isn't going to work down the long run. You didn't ask anybody who knew anything. You had a resource available to you. It was offered. To claim that I haven't talked to their alliances, if they're going to try and claim that crap, they're wrong. Over and over and over again, you know, I didn't see anyone wanting to stop the stupidity. As long as they were the ones benefiting from it. You know and I know, when someone comes in there and starts burning your alliance on a pretty regular basis, yeah, at that point they're going to want to change the rule. But I didn't get a vote on the first one. Why would I want to change the rule? Why would I care? What are you doing now to make me think, wow, my people are so loyal to me? You mean the top 10 that you told could plunder other people? Think that when you said it's okay to steal, they quietly shut up and steal? Freaking head thief is what she is. And like I said, I watched her turn around and say, no more tiles. And I'm like, you can't just decree it that way. You cannot just decree no farming in someone else's tiles. She just started tile hitting in this kingdom, and she does not know it. So apparently she comes from an older kingdom. Doesn't know these things. So 317 would be a year old. Can't be a complete newbie. Just ignorant. So tell everybody that starts off a new kingdom, you see this kind of stuff where councils form. The guy that walks in and spends $300 and says, I know everything, everybody follow me. Ignore that guy right off the bat. The guy that comes in and builds, that goes and takes the time to invite every R5 into one room so that you don't talk in KC ever, that's the guy you listen to. I did that. And when people leave the R5 room because they're tired of listening, now you know which alliances you need to target. They literally become your target list in the KE. Because if they're not willing to listen to anything that sounds like, let's let people grow so that we can play this game long term, that the money that we're going to invest here is worth it, so that we can develop new players who want to also invest in their account. Who would come onto a game, download it, play it for free, spend $5, first KE comes along, they've only logged in once every couple of days because there hasn't been any activity, there's no strategy, there's no challenge of the brain, they're not hooked yet. Then you come along and wipe out everything they did for the last 3 weeks and go, it's a war game, ha 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 ha. Why do they come back? And then you say some truism like, well, a lot of people leave the first month. Well, a lot of people eat carrots too. Maybe it's because they ate carrots that they left. Or maybe it's because of what you did that they said, screw this. Who puts this much work and effort into losing this fast? They don't know anything to know how to recover their account. The game is terrible at teaching that. If the game had any inkling of being able to teach people this stuff, I'd be out of business on YouTube. It will never outperform what we do here. They're trying. And then they stuck a store next to it. I think the only reason I even go over there now is to see what kind of deal they got in their new store. So, let's maybe there's some beneficial wisdom from some other leaders out there that full kingdom wars happen, but they don't start out in full kingdom war. No one is going to build a C40 here in this kingdom. No one is. Who would invest that much money? The it may happen over time, but it's not going to happen immediately. So, all right, guys. I meant to cut this off a little bit before this. I didn't want it to be this long. Don, RogersRaiders.com. If you've got something to say on this subject, please involve yourself. I'm pretty sure every single one of you have seen this stupidity. And I'll bet you a bunch of you even it was the reason you left that kingdom. And maybe we can get it through their head through, it's seeing it from a bunch of other people that voting for slavery, simply saying, but we voted on it, there's a reason we eliminated it throughout the planet with exception to Africa. I think Brazil still has a slavery issue. There's only a couple places in the world where there's still slavery exists. So for those who are too ignorant to know, when I say Africa, I don't mean we go into Africa to grab slaves. The Africans practice slavery. Specifically the Sudanese. Just in case you don't know. And there's not much difference between the Chinese government and slavery. Unless you think that you need to work for a quarter an hour. But to think that someone else should spend their money so that you can play a better game with more ease and not have to spend your money. That's the same thing as saying, go work the fields, I'll come get my crops when I'm ready. That's what you voted on. You better do a morality check long before you start talking about my lack of morality. Because I don't care about this kingdom. So right now this has become a project of, can I get their morality back in check so that they can at least be a weaker kingdom? They will always be a weaker kingdom. But with the new roles, they should have a fighting chance. They should learn some skills. It might be a good place to play a game, but not under this. Not if anybody can steal anything anytime they want. That's not. Or if they turn around and says, well, you can't liken us to Hitler, that's racist. If I ask that question, I say, white racist? You're German, and you said, join me or my tanks roll downtown. Freaking, what the hell are you thinking? You may not like the word Hitler, but there was a plan. And I hate to tell you this, Hitler was voted on. So they voted on the plan to enslave other nations. Huh. How racist was I for pointing out the historical repetition? When you learn the wrong things from history and think you know something about it, this is where you repeat history, is because you're too dumb to know you just repeated history. You voted slavery. Congratulations. This is Don. Click subscribe. Or don't. I appreciate it, though. Thank you.